Hi. First time YouTuber person blogger thing. I kind of got to do this fast because I only have 10 minutes on the little clock. So let's start, I guess. Well, I'm gonna do my forensics piece that I have to do for school. So I hope you like it. Read my comments and I'll explain a little more about it. Okay. So let's get to this. Okay. I have to confess. I watch people. I scout out my favorite spots, the food court at the mall, amusement parks, ball games. I watch people, and I write the rest of their story. I have my regulars. Oh, there's Mr. Tight Pants. Is he going to get Sbarro pizza or Panda Walk today? No, no, then it's salad. And I write the rest of the story that Mr. Tight Pants has a big date tonight with someone who he's wanted to date for quite some time, but he's not sure if it's just a date or just, a casual meeting. So Mr. Tight Pants figures eating some salad increases his chances of him becoming Mr. Not So Tight Pants, which simultaneously increases chances of it being a date. Stuff like that. In today's world, even as tolerance and awareness increases, homosexuality continues to be viewed negatively and through stereotypes. Unfortunately, many of us are treated unfairly throughout society. In church, at school, and even in our own homes. At various times, homosexuality is considered to be a crime, a sickness, a sin, and at the very least, an abnormality. Given these negative social, religious, and familial attitudes, it is likely that most gay and lesbian people face challenging and difficult experiences on a regular basis. Ostracized by their peers and rejected by adults, gay and lesbian teens start to develop disturbing thoughts and feelings about their place in this world I cannot touch, by Janet O'Neill. I meet this girl, Andy, short for Andrea, at the movie theaters. I read the rest of her story, and for the first time ever, I include myself in the story. Okay, more admissions. I sometimes, maybe once in a while, watch movies a little more than once. Okay, sometimes double digits. It was during my sixth screening of Beds and Roses when Andy came into the theater. I like to get there early, that way I have time to concoct the stories about the others. I'd seen her before. She'd come alone just like I would, and she always brought her own food. Economical. Mental note to guess that she is not very rich. They love to spy on people in cars. They make the false assumption that they're alone. Don't look directly at them or they'll give you the bug-eyed stare. Wear sunglasses, and at times when necessary, use the rearview mirror. Suddenly, a whole new world opens up. A businesswoman picks her nose, manicured nails, football players singing musical tunes. Okay, that never really happened. Just another case of me making up the end of a story. Beds of Roses closes quickly, and I find myself feigning interest in other films. After enduring Celtic Pride, I find Andy sitting in a crowded theater. Okay, let's be honest. The theater wasn't that crowded, but I acted like I was and sat next to her. Hey, I know you from Beds of Roses, right? Her first words. More details to add to the story. Suddenly, I've got the whole story written. And oddly enough, it's got sexual intention. Okay, I've only had like 2 boyfriends in my life, both of which agreed it was alright to wait. I was fine with waiting for years. But now, I'm writing Andy's story, and the narrative is telling me not to wait, to do anything but wait, to just go with her, and we'd spent time doing fun things, goofy things, and on a scale, the educational things. Our chance encounter at the movies had led us to farmers markets, pottery class, feng shui class, fencing lessons, and of course, more movies. I couldn't get enough of Andy. She worked at the local bank. Guess who opened a checking and savings account and constantly had transactions to make? I remember we'd become an official couple after she got off work one Saturday afternoon. We stopped by the fair, and it was really crowded, so we held hands to stay together. After that, I couldn't look forward anymore. I just stared at our hands. Together. Next thing I knew, we were back by the lake. It started with a simple kiss on the neck, and it intensely grew. Suddenly, we were... Okay, I get it. You're grossed out. You want to hear about a lesbian love story as much as my mother does. She doesn't have the words for lesbians because she refuses to speak about them. Ever. I mean, literally 2 lesbians could be making out 3 feet in front of us, and she'd only allow us to talk about what we'd order for dinner. So, when I had the weird feelings about my ballet teacher, I didn't say much. I just waited for a guy to come along and find me. But I get the gross thing. I do. I mean, after watching Ellen DeGeneres and Anne Hedgie turn it into a farce, who could blame you? They thought they were bringing lesbianism out in the open, when they were putting it in the open, just in a place no one wanted to see. So, I get if you don't want to hear my story, but in case you're wondering, it can be beautiful. Time passes, memories fade, and new memories begin to take their place. I wasn't possessive, but I didn't want her to leave. Ever. I didn't want to share her or sleep without her next to me. Andy was the eye-opener. If someone had told me I'd fall in love with a guy named Andy, I'd say, sure, fine, where is he? But if someone had told me that Andy was short for Andrea, I'd do one of those Elaine from Seinfeld pushes. Get out! I no longer completed people's stories either. I was too engrossed in mine. Yet, despite the self-actualizing state, when we walked hand in hand amidst the other couples, I'd arrived to the same conclusion. This is heaven. For now. Did one relationship count as being a lesbian? Could I live as a lesbian permanently? How long could I last? I didn't know the answers to these. I just knew that it wouldn't last forever. Look, but don't touch. But what if I did go for it? Say, hell with it all. I am who I am. I already have hypoglycemia and this scar from a dog bite when I was like 4. This would just be something else to explain to everyone I meet. There would be the chance for religious conversation, and I know the guys would want to fix me. Everyone visualizing the stereotypes of hairy, gross lesbians growing up abused. I could fight the stereotypes, speak for myself. But then again, I'm not a very strong person. Look, but don't touch. But then there's Andy. I'd rather explain lesbianism 1,000,000 times over than explain to her that it just wouldn't work. I mean, after all, it did work. I was driving to the bookstore one day, blissful yet confused, which had now become my constant state. I was stopped at a stoplight and thought, hey, for old time's sake, let's write the end of a story. When I looked over, the guy at the newspaper stand didn't seem very interesting. Suddenly I tried the old mirror trick, and I see this couple really going at it. I mean, hey, we're... wow. Now that's love. The light turns green and they pull away from each other. I couldn't believe it. It was Andy. Andy was with some guy. Some guy. A guy. You know how sometimes you see a person's eye in the mirror? Andy's seen me. I chomped the accelerator, but it was too late. She'd already seen my eyes, filling with tears. Look, but don't touch. You touch, you get burned. Touching is going too far. I look, I don't touch, and complete the rest of the story.